So, Sheikh, I wanted you to give me the guidelines on when we write an Islamic fiction novel which promotes Islam and has a good moral value. Like, what are the guidelines we need to follow, especially when there are women characters, like Muslim women?
Akhi, you've been asking me about novels for so long, yani almost every single day. The last thing I would like to do is to write a novel for you, and which is not rocket science. And it is doable, but it takes time. It takes a lot of lattes and maybe green tea and the likes to just come up with an idea and put it in a scenario. Guidelines are, number one, don't do anything haram. So don't provoke people's desires by describing women. Yes, Fatima came, Aisha left, she sat on the sofa, she spoke to him, she presented the food. There's nothing in that. But the moment you start, she started brushing her long black hair. It was like silk, reminded me of a summer's night. Duh. And then you start saying, or she started changing her clothes. And I have to put asterisks. I can't, this is a family show. But I could do that. But this is not what a halal novel is. So mentioning that there were women, that's fine. But the moment you go into details, or they held hand, or they exchanged glances in the night, I don't know what else could happen then. Your imagination could flare up, which is something that is un-Islamic. What is the ruling on caste system in Islam? Like for marriage, they first look at the caste of a person first. For instance, if someone is a Sayyid, they would not marry from any other caste. We do not have caste system in Islam. This is something that is abhorred in Islam. All Muslims are equal. And what counts is a person's religious commitment, not his lineage, not his wealth, not his education. These are supporting elements, but they're not something to judge people with. And the notion and the concept that a woman who is from the lineage of the Prophet ﷺ, whom they call Sayyid, she cannot be given to a man who is not a Sayyid, this is a false concept that must not be followed by true Muslims. The Prophet himself ﷺ gave 2 of his daughters, or actually 3 of his daughters, to people not from his lineage. So he gave Zainab to Abu al-As, her cousin. And he gave Ruqayya and Kulthum to Uthman ibn Affan. Only Fatima was given to his cousin Ali ibn Abi Talib, which indicates that the Prophet ﷺ is giving us a practical lesson that what counts is the person as a person. Abdul Rahman ibn Auf, one of the great 10 heaven-bound companions of the Prophet ﷺ, one of the richest of the companions, may Allah be pleased with him, gave his sister to Bilal, the Abyssinian slave, just to show the Muslims that what counts is a person's religious commitment, not his lineage. What good his lineage is when it comes to marriage. It is his character. It is his religious commitment that would impact and make the wife happy or depressed and sad, and Allah Azza wa Jal knows best.